Hello, continuing in Isaiah chapter 11, the reign of Jesse's offspring. There shall come forth a rod from the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. The Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, Spirit of wisdom and understanding, Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge, the fear of the Lord. His delight is in the fear of the Lord. And he shall not judge by sight of his eyes, nor decide by the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor, and decide with equity for the meek of the earth. He shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall slay the wicked. Righteousness shall be the belt of his loins, and faithfulness the belt of his waist. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, the calf and the young lion and the fatling together. And a little child shall lead them. Cow and the bear shall graze, their young ones shall lie down together. The lion shall eat straw, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. The nursing child shall play by the cobra's hole, and the weaned child shall put his hand in the viper's den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, who shall stand as a banner to the people. The Gentiles shall seek him, and his resting place shall be glorious. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to cover the remnant of his people who are left from Assyria and Egypt, from Pathros and Cush, from Elam and Shinar, from Hamath and the islands of the sea. He will set up a banner for the nations and will assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah. From the four corners of the earth also the envy of Ephraim shall depart, the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not harass Ephraim, but they shall fly down upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west. Together they shall plunder people of the east. They shall lay their hands on Edom and Moab, and the people of Ammon shall obey them. The Lord will utterly destroy the tongue of the sea of Egypt. With his mighty wind he shall shake his fist over the river and strike it in 7 streams, make men cross over dry shod. There will be a highway for the remnant of his people, who will be left from Assyria, as it was for Israel in the day that he came up from the land of Egypt. A few things I'd just like to highlight real quick. Verse 10, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse who stands as a banner to the people. For the Gentiles shall seek him. Jesus' own people rejected him. The Gentiles is where the church grew first. There was a few Jews that accepted Christ, but for the most part, they all rejected him. And then at the end of verse 10, it says, and his resting place shall be glorious. What do we know that is a story in the Gospels? He was buried in a tomb of a rich man. His resting place was glorious. It was hewn out of stone. It was meant for a very wealthy man indeed. Just one of the many little subtle hints within here. Also, when we look at, he'll set up his banner for nations and they will assemble the outcasts of Israel. In 70 AD, when the temple of when the temple of Israel was destroyed, when the last remnants of the Jews were scattered to the four winds, if you were to tell somebody in 1939 that one day, out of all the nations, from Assyria to Egypt, from Pathros to Cush, from Elam to Shinar, from Hamath and the islands of the sea, that the Jews would come back to the land of Israel, to their ancestral home that was allotted to them by God himself, they would have called you a madman. They would say that you're believing too much in biblical prophecy. But lo and behold, today, what do we have? We have people coming from all over the world, from Russia, from South Africa, from Kenya, from Ethiopia, from all corners of the earth. They're returning to the land of their ancestors. The nation of Israel is a fulfillment of prophecy. And everyone that can't see that need to dig a little bit deeper. God bless you.